Hello everybody, welcome to a new video tutorial. Today I'm gonna share my main tips on how to go through a powerful shore break. In this specific case, I was sailing in the spot of Topocama, Chile, where the wind conditions are side shore, side offshore, and the waves are a beach break on a sandbar. But as you will see throughout the video, these main tips can help you out also in other type of conditions. For example, in side shore and side onshore conditions. So stay tuned, check the video, and let's go through step by step together. Okay, so first thing first. When we're facing powerful shore breaks, I really want you to stay central on the board. And this is because we need to have the most balance possible and to use all the leaders that the board has. And when I mean central, it can mean either one foot, back foot in between the foot straps, and one foot in front of the mast foot, or one foot, the front foot behind the mast foot and the back foot behind the straps. So it's either this position, or even in extreme cases when it's really light and we need extreme balance, both feet around the mast foot. So throughout the video and the whole process of going through the shore break, I will be moving my feet in those different positions. All of this in order to have the best and most balance, so that the board can stay flat and that I can have more speed and balance to go through the wave. Second, every time the wave and the white water is coming, I want you to face the white water with the nose of the board. So again, first 2 steps, stay central on your board with your weight. This way you have maximum balance. Then as the wave is coming, you want to move, there you go, you just saw that. You want to move the nose of the board perpendicular to the wave and the white water. We want to face the white water with the nose of the board and then go over it. Step 3, just before the wave is coming against you, I want you to, besides staying central on your board and facing the wave with the nose of the board, I want you to keep power in the sail. As you're gonna see, I'm pumping to try to always keep power in the sail. This way I can have a little pump when the wave is coming, when the white water is coming, and I can go over it. You don't wanna go over the wave with no power in the sail, because that's gonna move you and that's not gonna permit you to have some extra balance, which is key. So again, facing the white water with the nose of the board, we keep power in the sail before going over the wave. And then at this point, you wanna push the nose of the board upwards and over the white water with the power that you have in the sail. Step number 5, as you can see, the white water, every time you go over the white water is pushing you back and sideways. So you have to expect that. And by expecting that, you're staying central with your weight on the board. This way, you're using all the leaders you have and you're not falling sideways or backwards. As you can see, here we went over the white water with that little pump from the sail, from the power that we had. We went over it, pushing the nose of the board upwards and forward. At this point, I go back full central on the board using all the leaders I have. I pump a little bit in order to keep that power in the sail that helps me move forward and keep the balance. And at this point, as you can see, the conditions here are side offshore, so the wind is coming actually from this angle. So in order to keep that power in the sail and be able to keep moving forward and not falling down with all this current, with all this white water going around, I am gonna sail crosswind before facing the wave. So in this case, you see that I'm not facing the wide water with the nose of the board, because I'm actually sailing crosswind in order to have more wind in the sail, more power, which gives me more balance. I'm gonna keep sailing crosswind, and then when the wave comes closer and closer, I use that power in the sail, I face the wave again perpendicular with the nose of the board, and I go over it, and I do the same first exercise again. Last point, really important. As you can see, there is a lot of current here. The waves are coming and all the water is moving from the left to the right. So I want you to realize and to remember that when you are in such situation, you also have to take into consideration the current that there's gonna be. And so in this case, it's not only about sailing crosswind to keep the speed and keep the power in the sail. It's not only about moving forward to be able to go over the waves, but then it's also about going with the current. You can see this is the last wave that I'm gonna go through. As I'm gonna go through this last wave, I'm not only gonna sail crosswind, upwind, or like forward, but I'm going sideways as I'm going downwind to get more speed, and I'm also going downwind to use, you can see it here, to use that current from the wave, from the wide water, to give me extra speed and get out of the braking zone. So here's a last general recap. First of all, I stay central with my weight on the board, trying to use all the leaders I have and have maximum balance. Second, I sail crosswind. I sail crosswind in order to have as much wind as possible in the sail. And then when the wave is coming closer and closer, I face the wave perpendicular with the nose of the board. I try to keep the power in the sail before going over the wide water. As you could see, I was pumping. And at this point, I move forward and upwards, the nose of the board and the board in general. You see, here I go back, I push the board up and forward, using the power that I had in the sail and the speed that I had. At this point, as I go over it, I stay central, using those leaders, using that balance, I'm pumping. And at this point, I expected the wide water to push me back, but I stayed central on the board. And then I went downwind and I used the current to help me move and get out of the braking zone. So this is how pretty normal run out at a medium big Topocalma can look like. 5-6 waves in a row that I got. Thanks to these main tips that I just shared, I was able to pass all of the waves, not fall, not lose a lot of space, and then get out there and go catch a wave. So I hope this was useful. Like the video if you liked it, leave a comment, and see you in the next one.